Okay, so some of y'all might catch this a little later. Actually, let me bring it a little closer here so you can see my anteater nose. I think that was one of the comments made. So I rarely apologize, but I think in this case it's needed. Let me see something. Yeah. Let me see. I'll close this out here. It's not too windy. Chair's still here. That's good. If it's really windy, let me know, folks. All right. So, all right. So, I kind of had a chance. I just got done with my exam, but I was doing some thinking, and I think that I owe Twan an apology. So, let me explain. I know how it is when I get around certain folks. I get around Nate, get around some of my homeboys. We just start talking shit. Like it's nothing, like things are said offhand that aren't really to be taken seriously or literal, but you just say it because that's what you do. You just say it. And so I think that a part of what ended up happening is that combination of me being in pain and me just kind of there was some pet peeves that I actually do have that he hit on that kind of elicited a response that I don't think was very fair towards him. And after I've had some time to kind of like reflect on it, and I did talk to Mrs. D, and she agreed. Okay, well that was weird. It just froze up on me. So let me start off by saying I should not have called him an ignorant bro. That was out of line. That was absolutely out of line. When I interpret certain things from folks, something kind of clicks in my Louisiana lizard brain when I hear something to the effect of, well, let me call my homeboys. That, as we say in Louisiana, sounds like you want to do me something. So, as a reflex, I react. And I probably shouldn't have taken that statement that he had made so seriously, because thinking about the context in which it was said, it was more of a retort to something that happens a lot, even with me, where people say crazy things to you, and it's like people would say that to you in real life, and even I've said that, and that's something that I did have to acknowledge that I've said that. There's like a perfect example is Dark Dawkins. Dark Dawkins would never say half the things he says to people, and including me. And I know for a fact that amongst those people, G-Man is one of those people. He did not say even half the stuff that he said if he wants to go back to New York. Interestingly enough, he skipped over the part where I did end up punking him in person, but it's not about that. It's that I think that he and I can't have constructive conversation, minus the flexing, unless we're just bullshitting. Instead, we're measuring e-pings to be funny, but I do think that I did unfairly characterize him, and I think I unfairly ended up insulting him way past any acceptable means for someone who really doesn't understand a lot about what's going on. I do have to take into account that he doesn't really view things in a kind of a holistic manner. He sees what G-Man feeds him, more or less, and even though he says that he's seen things on other people's channels based on some of the things that he's mentioned, he's watched maybe 3 minutes of a video here and there and doesn't understand a lot of context. And to be fair, I think I've watched one entire video on his channel since he seems to do like me, like the last 30 minutes. And if it's not interesting the first few minutes, you're not going to probably continue. Not being ignorant to that and then just going based on what you know, you draw false conclusions. So that's human. Anybody can do that. And so my offer is still open. My offer is still open to have dialogue, and on a kind of a different scale. I don't think he and I are going to have too many conversations on religion. I don't think that I still do think that he's ill-equipped. Post a link to Twan, comes up, TWAN. He just uploaded a video He does a lot of like Sam does drive time videos and MP does drive time videos. He has a mountain. He does the same thing. So a lot of his videos are kind of off the cuff, live videos like all of us do. So that being said, I don't know what he's actually viewed and what he hasn't viewed, but I am still willing to have a dialogue with him on more so socio-political issues because he seems more open to talk about those sorts of things than religion. I don't think that he is. And I will still say that I don't think that he's well equipped to have theological or philosophical conversations. And again, people say the same thing about me, so that's not really saying much. So that's just my take. If other people want to engage, and feel free, but I'll probably avoid that if I can. But he does have some interesting views on different issues within different minority communities, and I think that's probably the most efficacious way to go about having conversations with him would be to just stick to that one kind of niche area. But that being said, I do apologize. I should not have taken certain statements that he made as literal, as a threat or anything like that. And I think because I have such an aversion towards things that you heard me say nigga shit. I have such an aversion to that I will react to that. Those are one of my actual pet peeves. And so me honing in on something that may not be included in that is probably what kind of led to me just kind of going off like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset with him or angry with him. Y'all have not actually seen me angry, except probably once when I was in the room with Jade and a few others. But it's just kind of annoyed. Is what I was saying. I got annoyed by something that I thought was just a promotion of one of the most ignorant like ideologies out there that I think are just incredibly self-destructive, like to no end self-destructive, and it is plaguing already beleaguered communities. So with that being said, let me feel like Epi max things out, repeat himself. Listen, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Let's see if my little brother's awake, so he can bring me my coat, my fucking chemistry notebook, because I got a meeting with a professor to talk about some stuff, and I thought I was gonna meet with the school's communication director, but I think that's Thursday, so I gotta see what's going on.